this a mine? Do I have to dig down? Is that what I think it is? It's Herobrine!
People who cheat in their speedruns are hilarious because they're terrible at hiding the fact that they cheated. These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns. This speedrun has these goofy text animations on the screen. That is not a good sign. Their world legitimately takes forever to load, but when it does load, we are greeted by the world's most ginormous joystick overlay. Oh brother, are they playing on an iPad? Wow, so lucky. The speedrunner spawns at an angle right in front of a blacksmith. Hang on a second though, why are they walking away? Oh, never mind. They go back to the blacksmith, entering the house, opening the chest, finding the world's goofiest items of all time. Enchanted elytra? What in tarnation? A spyglass, tridents, that silly little turtle cap. But the speedrunner only takes the shield, the elytra, and the fireworks. What in tarnation? Wait, did they just go in a full circle? Nope, hang on, never mind. They exit that blacksmith house and enter another blacksmith house right next to it. I don't even think this is possible. Guys, I could have missed an update, but I thought it was usually one blacksmith per village. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, they opened this chest, and how convenient. They get full netherite gear and 64 levers. I have no idea what they are gonna do with those levers. I kid you not, this has to be some sort of practical joke. I am being punked right now. They enter a third blacksmith house. I know this is not possible. They open the chest, more goofy, ridiculous, unrealistic fake items. Why would anyone need this many diamond blocks? I don't know. But the speedrunner really shows off their skill and agility by just wasting so much time being unable to organize blocks in their inventory. This is laughable. The next few moments is just such a what in tarnation kind of moment. I have so many questions. They go into another villager house with their stacks and stacks of netherite ingots, only to upgrade their diamond gear to netherite. Buddy, you put the most unrealistic items in these chests. Why didn't you just, oh, I don't know, give yourself netherite gear in the first place? Upgrading diamond to netherite is not gonna make this look legitimate. With their very legitimate and newly found all netherite gear, they approach this iron golem, just spam clicking the crap out of it, and they're so good they don't even need the iron ingots. Yeah, you show them who's boss, buddy. The madness does not end though. They enter another blacksmith house. How is this possible? And inside, command blocks. Oh my goodness. The text on the screen says, wow, for blacksmiths. Buddy, just my 2 cents. Learn how to cheat at speedrunning and learn how to spell. And I just noticed now, holy cow, there is a ruined nether portal in the distance. Someone tell me, what seed is this? I refuse to believe that this is a real legitimate seed. They approach the ruined nether portal. Everything's looking good. You know what? Maybe they can redeem themselves here. But they open the chest and they were so blatantly obvious. Smack dab in the middle of the screen. So much gold, so much obsidian. These next few moments just get worse. This has to be some of the most inefficient speedrunning strategies I've ever seen in my entire life. Wait a second, why are they walking away from the ruined nether portal? Yeah, they're getting flint in the most inefficient and slow way possible. I would be more entertained watching paint dry. Then they waste all this time returning to where they killed the iron golem to get the iron. Why you didn't pick it up in the first place, I don't know. Returning back to the nether portal, filling it in, and lighting it. So the speedrunner enters the nether, and there is literally nothing here. It is barren. Until there is a hilarious and shamefully obvious cut. The speedrunner's walking around like, oh yeah, nothing's different here. They get a notification for WKRG news. What is that? I have no idea. Buddy, you're speedrunning. Just disable the notifications. And they find a barrel. The icing on the cake is how they move their screen around like, whoa, oh my goodness, what? Inside this barrel, 16 ender pearls. How convenient. Well, I guess the speedrunner just doesn't need blaze rods because they literally leave the nether. I honestly would not be surprised if they had to return back to the nether because they realize, oh, whoops, I need blaze rods. Nope, never mind. I just noticed something. Do you notice it? When did the speedrunner get 2 stacks of blaze powder? I have no idea. I'm gonna have to rewind this and figure out when that happened. Well, they make their eyes of ender, throwing one up in the sky. The speedrunner gets another notification for a 6-day countdown timer. Yeah, you're gonna need that timer with how slow you're speedrunning this game. The speedrunner picks a completely arbitrary and random block to dig down into and just, oh, I don't know, take a wild guess what's about to happen. Yeah, they dug down maybe, what, 10 blocks? And they're suddenly just in the portal room. This guy may be slow as molasses, but he has pretty good memory. Again, I'd have to rewind and see if there was like a flower on the ground that indicated to them that's where they dig down. So the speedrunner fills the end portal with eyes. Wait a second, why are they building back up? And why did they get a notification for Cutest Puppies City? These puppies are so adorable. See what they are doing, cute puppies. Well, now I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to watch the cute puppies. All right, guys, it's been an hour. I got kind of distracted by the cute puppies, but we're back to the speedrun. And drum roll, please. You are never gonna believe it. The reason the speedrunner returned to the surface was for a command block. What in tarnation? Boom, another notification. Whoever in the world Chef BB is, they made a delicious fruit juice. Oh, brother. I do not care about fruit juice. I just want to see the speedrun. Another notification. Space chip colonized Mars and spaceflight simulator. This is not important. The speedrunner again shows off their extreme agility and skill, being a total goofy goober digging down, and they jump into the end portal, entering the end. And the story really goes full circle here. With no shame whatsoever, the speedrunner puts themselves into creative mode, putting their command block down and getting those levers from earlier. Oh my gosh, I thought I'd never find out what the levers were for. Even though I'm pretty sure you don't need a lever to make a command block work, but I am thoroughly surprised. This has to be the one and only speedrunner who actually knows how to use a /kill command. So they put their lever down, activating the command block, beating the game. Even though they did not need to go into creative mode for any of that. Well, they're back in a survival mode. They are bridging to the end island in the slowest and most painful way possible. Again, I really think we could just put in paint drying on the screen and we'd be more entertained than the speedrun. The speedrunner puts in all this energy and they almost die. I guarantee they have already wasted 5 minutes just trying to build over to the end island. Again, this has to be someone trying to prank me. Is this real? This speedrun, oh brother, you are in for a treat. It starts off showing off emotes. What in tarnation? What timeline are we living in? Does Minecraft have emotes now? The speedrunner spawns in a village. They're selecting the third slot. They already have experience points. There is a diamond shrine in front of them, and there is something going on the left side of the screen. There is only one way we're gonna find out what in tarnation is happening here. They approach this very inconspicuous diamond shrine, and underneath it is a chest with a sign that says stuff. Very original. And inside, oh yeah, there's lots of stuff. Full netherite armor and gear. Just so many diamond blocks. Why would you even need that? And a water bucket. Only the essentials. Oh man, the sword is called the Incredible Amazing Sword. Very original. And after the speedrunner gears up with their newly found legitimate loot, they approach whatever in the world this is. They enter this thing, and inside there is endstone on the ground, a pig confined behind iron bars with what appears to be a recreation of the end with a 10-cent budget. I kid you not, the next series of events are so goofy. The speedrunner climbs up to this end crystal. I am air quoting, I know you can't see me. He is unable to break the end crystal, at which point he starts using his sword and destroys the entire Hollywood set. This is a shame. This is the same set they were going to use for the Minecraft movie. What are we going to do now? The speedrunner builds back up, does a water bucket clutch for like 3 blocks down, breaking the iron bars, revealing that the pig confined behind them is the boss. Again, this speedrunner has so much originality. The speedrunner defeats the boss, exiting the end, and in front of them are 2 signs that just say, "The game you beat." They proceed to just stare into the camera and rotate endlessly. I just thought this one was stupid, that's all. This speedrun truly is a breath of fresh air. Everything looks normal, except for this atrocious texture pack they are using. Dude, your hunger bar looks like corn dogs. Anyways, I'm not gonna complain because finally, the speedrun starts off normal for once. That is until there's like this hyperspeed video effect applied. There is no cut, so it's like, is this guy speedrunning as the Flash? I don't know. There wasn't a cut, so it's technically not cheating. The speedrun footage is sped up again. What in tarnation? And then they do actually find a ruined nether portal. The cheating just progressively gets worse. course, there is a sudden cut, and now we're just at the ruined nether portal. The speedrunner opens up the chest, and things do look normal. A fire charge, a golden apple, some obsidian, a golden sword, a golden helmet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all this stuff looks pretty normal. Now at this point, you might expect the speedrunner to, oh, I don't know, fill in the ruined nether portal, light it with the fire charge, and enter the nether, right? Nope, wrong. The footage is sped up. They use their fire charge on the sheep, killing it to get cooked meat. So they pick up the cooked mutton until there is another cut. And after this cut, if you look to the bottom of the screen, what in tarnation is that obsidian doing on the ground? They still have 4 blocks of obsidian left over. So why is there just 1 obsidian hanging out on the ground? Well, you're about to find out very soon. They go back up the mountain, picking up an obscene amount of cooked mutton. Who is speedrunning the game right now? Queso? The speedrunner by accident puts down one of their obsidian blocks, wasting it. Then they start breaking down this tree, getting 4 oak logs, and there is another painfully obvious cut. After the cut, the speedrunner turns around, and wow, how convenient would you look at that? As many oak logs as you could possibly imagine. Gee, it's not like I haven't seen that one before. Real original. I am genuinely so confused. The speedrunner is running so far away from that ruined nether portal. They pick up some lilac, making magenta dye. Then they start throwing the magenta dye all around them in a circle. Now keep in mind, this speedrun does not have any audio, but I imagine if they had a microphone and we could hear it, it would be like that ridiculously goofy scene from episode 3 of The Acolyte. Well, the speedrunner must be performing some sort of incantation or chant or ritual, because there is another sudden cut, and their 3 obsidian turns into 64. How convenient. From this point onward, the speedrun is actually so mind-numbingly boring. Again, we could just swap this video with something like paint drying, and you really would not be able to tell the difference. I am giving you the highlights here. The speedrunner goes underwater, trying to dig up gravel. Have you never played Minecraft before? The footage is sped up, at which point they just put the block down, break it again, and finally they get some flint. There is another sudden cut. I genuinely have no idea what is different now. I'm honestly kind of scared. Hang on a second, did you just see that? They just broke some grass and there is iron on the ground. So yeah, just like that, the speedrunner has iron for flint and steel. So naturally, they begin creating their nether portal. Ooh, yikes. Don't worry, you could buff those scratches out. Nope, never mind, you are not gonna buff that scratch out. Well, luckily the speedrunner has enough obsidian to spare, so they start building another nether portal. And they're building up, and dude, it does not have to be this high. They do successfully create a nether portal and light it, but oh my goodness, that is just an abomination. Well, now that the speedrunner is in the nether, they just kind of roam around, wasting a lot of time. They by accident throw their sword on the ground, and then this next moment, I am just genuinely confused. I really need your help. Watch this clip and then tell me what in tarnation the speedrunner means. I genuinely cannot see anything wrong or anything happening here. But then the speedrunner just interrupts the footage with text on the screen saying 3 glitches in 1 run XO. What does that mean? 3 glitches? What were the glitches here? If you thought things could not get worse and even more confusing, they do. The speedrunner just wastes so much time placing obsidian blocks into lava in the most random way possible. They throw their golden apple into the lava, and there is this shamelessly obvious cut where the speedrunner suddenly has full diamond gear. So like, what am I missing here? Was that the glitch? If you want to know how I'm feeling right now, it's XO. Things just get so much worse. The speedrunner wastes so much time trying to traverse the nether. They're doing parkour with oak logs. That is literally like playing with fire. Can someone put on like circus music or like bad flute recorder music to the footage of them doing parkour like a goofball? While the speedrunner is exploring the nether like this, they fall into a pit of lava. At which point, I kid you not, I didn't do this edit. The speedrunner just put in this like 20-second montage of what appears to be a brain blast from Jimmy Neutron. We go back to the footage of Minecraft. They somehow don't die. And okay, we're back to traversing the nether. Wait a second, why did they stop bridging? There is another painfully obvious cut, and what in the world? They applied jump boost? This is not a good idea. Just put on the bad flute music already. Yeah, the speedrunner is jumping like hundreds of blocks high. This cannot be real. I refuse to believe that this is a speedrun that was submitted to speedrun.com. They fall back into the lava, they die, but there is literally 10 minutes left of the speedrun footage. What more could happen? Well, the speedrunner respawns, they are back in the overworld, and they have nothing. They waste a lot of time just picking up flowers, which really does not make a lot of sense to me because what in tarnation would anyone do with that many dandelions? I'm sorry. Did this guy just craft a blaze rod from dandelions? This is the most ridiculous Walmart level speedrun I have ever seen. It literally is just a PNG of a blaze rod, and then there is this painfully obvious cut where the overlay picture disappears and they just suddenly have 64 blaze rods. You really had us there for a second. There is another cut. The speedrunner clearly has given themselves some sort of status effect. And you know what? Why don't you just see it for yourself? Tell me if you notice what is wrong with these next few moments. Wow. Holy moly, that Enderman really dropped a lot of ender pearls. How convenient. So the speedrunner crafts 48 eyes of ender. Why so many? I don't know. Maybe they're just so good that they're gonna enter the end multiple times. Nope, never mind. I take back what I said. They just spam so many eyes of ender into the sky. For literally 5 seconds, the speedrunner follows the path of the eyes of ender until there is another cut. It's daytime and the chat history says played sound lightning bolt thunder. And oh yeah, they're in creative mode. So boom, there's another cut. We're back in survival. We are so back. No, we are not so back. They have an elytra. What in tarnation? The speedrunner is flying in the sky using their elytra. There was another cut. They're playing more lightning bolt thunder sounds, but this speedrun just has no audio to it, so I can only imagine what's really happening. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, they're in creative mode again. Nope, never mind. There's another cut. They're back in survival, and they have all these rockets, all this gear, at which point, I kid you not, the footage goes into hyperdrive mode, and this goober must have wasted 30 minutes trying to locate the stronghold. Finally, though, they catch a break. The eyes of ender are going down into the ground, so they start digging down. And halfway through digging down, they throw another eye of ender to confirm. Buddy, you have only been going straight down. It's not like the portal room changes. Nope, never mind. I take it back. Somehow they dug further down than the stronghold. How do you mess that up? So they dig back up, trying to find the stronghold. There is another cut. The thunder is back. They are in spectator mode. And if we look at the bottom of the screen, you can literally see the portal room at the bottom of the screen. I just think that's so funny. Well, they float on into the stronghold in spectator mode. There's another cut. They are not even trying to hide the fact that they are cheating. It says set on game mode to survival. Buddy, get a new editor. The speedrunner does find the portal room though, so they fill the portal with eyes, and they enter the end. They break one end crystal. They head for the next one. They're doing great until they die. And hang on a second, I just noticed now. What does it mean for an enderman to whoop? Is that even an English word? So I kid you not, the speedrunner respawns. They are at their lowest point right now. They open up the chat log. For one single frame, they type a slash, and the next frame, you know it, they have got so many hearts that it is literally obstructing my ability to analyze this speedrun. There is not really much more to it. Someone just put in like, oh, I don't know, more bad flute music, because they are just horrible at using rockets and traversing around to each end crystal. Between them being on fire and all of these hearts on the screen, it's impossible to see what is actually happening right now. All the end crystals are destroyed. The speedrunner is floating around in the sky with the dragon like a goofball, barely able to do any damage. At which point, I kid you not, the speedrunner literally put in this like 10-second clip from God of War. Is that even legal to put in memes into a speedrun on speedrun.com? I don't know. What's very clear that there was a cut. The speedrunner was given strength. They beat the dragon, and instead of, oh, I don't know, completing the speedrun by jumping into the portal, they launched themselves into the void beneath the end island. There's another cut. They give themselves a milk bucket, drinking the milk, and then they die. Cheating or not, they literally didn't even technically beat the game. I honestly thought this speedrun was just so stupid, I had to show it to you.